What's up, everyone? It's Real Blue TV here, or you can just call me Blue. So a lot of people have been asking me. I've been real vocal in a YouTube video as well as on Twitter and on Twitch when I'm streaming about how I've been going back and changing making some lifestyle changes. And the big ones were, changing some habits. I quit vaping. And I basically went back to the training regimen that I had while I was in school and when I ran track, played basketball, and played soccer. So I was basically, I had a six pack, I was in shape, body fat percentage was real down low, and I ate very healthy. And my parents, they made very healthy meals. Even when we did go out, we would go and go to places where we would eat healthy food. So we weren't going out to like fast food joints. We weren't going out to shitty burger joints. We were going to places that made quality food. And if we didn't go out, my parents made food. We're Italian, so even though my mother and father lived in different houses, they made some very healthy food between the two of them. So some people have been asking me, what is your nutrition? What do you eat and stuff like that? Because some people on Twitch have been asking me, and I've been very vocal on Twitter about how much weight I've lost in the last month. So basically, I was at 195 pounds, around that range, and I felt like crap. I had a little bit of like a beer stomach looking kind of thing, even though I don't drink beer. And I got pretty lazy, and it all stems just to like. Once my father passed away, I kind of got lazy, stopped cleaning the house. His stuff is still here. I'm going through that. And my career kind of just stalled out. I was still, casting esports, but it wasn't at the level that I should have been. And as an actor, I kind of stalled out as well. So by next year, I want to be in Los Angeles, living there. So I had to make some lifestyle changes. So we're gonna take a look at my fridge and see what I have on a weekly basis, and also on my table, because there's some things on my table. First things first, I will be making a video of me going to the market and where I shop. It's called the West Side Market. I'm fourth generation shopper there, and it's been there for over 100 years. It's a big landmark in the city that I live in, which is Cleveland. It's actually the first thing that you hear that you should visit when you come into our airport. The automated message from our mayor says, "Welcome to Cleveland. Visit our great places and landmarks like the West Side Market." It's the first thing they name. That's how crazy this place is. But it's awesome. It's amazing. The thing is that everything there is, like, all the meat is either locally sourced or locally farmed, as well as everything else that you buy there. The bread is made there. In the basement is where they like cut up the animals. They butcher the animals. So you will see the vendors coming up these elevators with carts full of just meat. So everything that I buy there, vegetables, everything, it's all very, very nutritional, very nutritionist, nutrition, whatever. I can't speak right now. I just got back from the gym, and I got to eat soon. So we'll talk about that. So there's no real packaging for everything, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the table real quick, and we'll explain what we get on the table. All right, so usually, let me fix the camera here. Usually I'll drink out of this water bottle every day. This is 1 liter, and I'll drink about 4 or 5 of these a day. If I'm on the road, or I don't have access to this, like in the airports and stuff, I have to buy water bottles. So these are 500 milliliters, and I know that if I drink 2 of these, it equals 1 of these. So if I aim to drink 4 liters a day, I gotta drink 8 of these a day. That was just there as an example. This is my cutting board. I gotta wash that. We got some garlic. Obviously, I'm Italian, so we eat a lot of garlic in everything pretty much. And whatever a recipe says, you quadruple it. It's never enough in the recipe. These are some onions that I eat. There's some more onions that I got this past week. When I do feel like chewing some gum, this will last me like a year. This box, this is Simply Gum. It's pretty dope. It's like supposed to be healthy gum. It doesn't have that ingredient that like gives you cavities and stuff, whatever. We've got some apples, some grapefruit, some oranges. I ate an orange yesterday. So I go to the market with my mother every Saturday. Sunday is when I meal prep. So I've already eaten a couple things. So Sunday I meal prep for my Monday through Saturday meals, but my Sunday meal I cook fresh while I'm cooking the rest of the meal prep. So today is Monday. So for example, yesterday I had a nice, beautiful fillet of salmon with some rice and vegetables while I cook the meal prep. This week's meal prep is turkey chops. I'll explain that once we get into the fridge. But apples, basically I've lost I was at 195. I'm down to 182. I'm trying to get to 175, 177. The most important thing, though, is the body fat percentage. Everyone has abs. They just don't appear if you have a lot of body fat. So I'm trying to get rid of my body fat, which I'll explain here in a second as well. So we got some apples, some oranges. These are good for, they fill you up. You feel like you're full, more full than you would be from some other things, so you can lose some body fat and lose some weight as well, especially with me since I'm intermittent fasting. Grapefruit's good for that as well. Orange, I ate an orange yesterday. Sometimes I'll eat some beef jerky with the orange. That's a good snack. And then I have bananas. Every week I'll have anywhere between 7 to 10 bananas. 7 is always the minimum because I put 1 banana in each protein shake every single day. I go to the gym 7 days a week. So every day I'll have 1 banana in a protein shake. If I have the other extra 2 or 3 bananas, like right now it's Monday, so I have 6 bananas. That's Monday through Saturday. So I got an extra banana. Can eat this as a snack with some almond butter, peanut butter, or just by itself for some extra. It's kind of like a dessert for me. This is actually used to be what I used for protein mix, but I no longer use this. I use Gainful, which is cool because you take like this quiz and it tells you the perfect powder for you and what you're trying to accomplish. This actually, let me put that down. Let me open this real quick and show you what's in here. I recycled this container. This actually has my nuts. Shout out to the nut lady at the market. All she does is sell nuts. I don't know her name. I think my mom does, but she's a cool person, cool lady. My mom has conversations with her. We have conversations with all the vendors there because we've been going there all our lives. So we just know people and we have good talks with them. But there's some almonds in here because I had some leftover almonds from the previous week. But every week or every 2 weeks, I usually buy 1 pound of nuts. It's usually 1 pound of cashews and 1 pound or half a pound of cashews and half a pound of pecans. So that's usually... I put that in my yogurt or I'll just eat it by itself. Also, she sells every nut she has double of it because she has a salted version and a non-salted version. I always get the non-salted version. So no salt for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's dive into the fridge. There's not really anything else that goes outside of the fridge unless you want to look at like spices and stuff. I got a ton. We're Italian, so we cook with a lot of spices. Actually, maybe we will show you the spices because they're actually pretty important in here. Okay, so here's all the spices. This is from a like little local store here, but from the vendor, this is how I get my spices from the market. So there's some pork seasoning. It just goes in a container and they write it on there. There's pepper, and I put it in the grinder. But right here. From the Spice Lady, I also get 2 things that go in my protein shake. Dates. So sometimes I use dates for the second fruit. I always put 2 fruits in there. So sometimes I use these dates. And I always put a teaspoon. There's a spoon in there, a teaspoon in there. I always put flax seeds in there for the fiber. So there you go. All right. Let me take you over to the fridge. All right, so here's the fridge. Just to warn you, this thing's gonna beep because when you leave it open for too long, it's going to beep. So first, let's talk about what's up here. So I usually get a bag of rice. This Thai jasmine rice, and I cook the entire bag. It's about 6 cups of rice. And that's for the whole week, and there'll be some extra as well outside the meal prep containers, and that's for the extra rice. This bag actually is half full because I bought this, used half of it, and then the other half is like if I need to like put a cell phone in there or something. You know how to dry it out, you put it in rice. All right, so let's open the fridge. Let's go in the fridge. There you go. It's pretty simple. You don't see anything to drink because all I drink is water. So every now and then I'll buy either a thing of orange juice or a thing of cranberry juice, and I'll have like one glass of it with my food every day. But most of the times I just drink water and my protein shakes, which are good enough for me for the day. So we're just going to reset the light so it doesn't make all that noise. So this, of course, I'm Italian, so I've got pepperoni and salami. Those are just, they're getting nice and ripe and old for me. So when I do slice them, they're good. This is just a container of cheese that I was shredding, and then I left the block in there. So that back there is peanut butter, and it's the same as this. So I get 1 pound of peanut butter. I got 2 pounds here. This will last me 2 weeks. So this will last me this week. That will last me the next week, and then I get 2 pounds again. So I use this for my protein shakes. I use it for, like eating with bananas or eating with apples, some other fruit, whatever it may be. These are extra vegetables from when I made my vegetables. So what I do is I buy a bunch of vegetables, cut them all up the way I want them, put them in a big like roasting pan, and then throw that in the oven. Sometimes I'll steam them, and sometimes I'll roast them in the oven. But these are the extra vegetables. Like I said, we're gonna have extra rice. Here's the extra rice right here that I eat every week. So there's the vegetables that are extra. This is a leftover piece of chicken breast. Last week I had chicken breast. This week I have turkey chops. They gave me 7 chicken breasts in there. I only need 6. So this is extra with some rice. I'll probably eat this today, actually. So here's the spinach. I go through an entire bag, and as you can see, these bags are not like the bags you would see at a grocery store because I shop at this market, so it's all local. So this will, there's the beef. This will last me a week. I eat some of this raw. I cook with some of it sometimes with my eggs, my scrambled eggs. We'll get to that here in a second. And then also I put a cup of this in my protein shake every day. So there you go. All right, so we have eggs here. These are all farmed eggs from a local farm. So whatever this says, I don't know what it says. I just take this. You get $1 off, I think, if you take the same container back to refill the container every week. So these are just normal eggs, normal chicken eggs. These right here are duck eggs. You can see the difference. They're a little bigger and they're a little bit more beige in color on the outside. So those are duck eggs. So I do intermittent fasting. So what happens is about 16 to 18 hours a day, I eat nothing. I just drink water. Don't even drink any drinks outside of water that have calories or anything. And then that window of eating, I will eat everything I need to eat. I don't count calories. I know that everything I'm eating is good for me. Each day I weigh myself. At the end of the week, if I'm heavier than I was the week before, or I'm within a range that I don't want to be within, I know that something that week needs to change or not happen again. Also, if you eat 3 meals a day for 7 days a week, that's 21 meals. Make like 17 or 18 of them healthy. That's all you need to do. So you can still live a little. All right, so right here, we got some pineapple. I get a pound of pineapple. So we'll eat some more fruit. This is a pound of strawberry yogurt. As you can see, my yogurt just comes in these containers too. I also get a pound of blueberry yogurt. But again, it's Monday. I've already eaten that blueberry yogurt. That entire pound, gone. Ate it with some nuts, ate it with some banana, So here's some locally made hummus. Booyah, there you go. I get 3 pickled eggs, beet pickled eggs every week. I love beets. Here's a pound of beets. They ran out of the pound container, so they gave me half a pound. So we're going to eat some beets today as well. This will last me about a month. This is a pound of almond butter. It's a lot thicker, a little bit harder. So I eat this with my dessert fruit sometimes as well. Let's see what's in this drawer. We got some cheeses. Again, not your typical packaging because it's all from the market. Here's Asiago Romano shredded. We put this on eggs and some other stuff as well. Here's my beef jerky. This is all homemade as well. This is homemade beef jerky. So what I do with this is I'll eat some of this with some fruit as a snack, or I'll take some to the gym with me because it gives you some like amino acids while you're working All right, so here's the meal preps. That beer is my mother's. When she comes to my house, she doesn't. I live by myself, so when my mother comes over, sometimes, especially if it's warm outside, we'll sit on the porch. We'll talk, and I hang out with my mom. I only have one of my parents left, so I cherish those moments. And she drinks beer, so she leaves like a 6-pack here, and she drinks like one every time. So that's been here for about a year, and she's got 2 left. Sometimes she doesn't drink. I also have wine. Because my family makes wine, so sometimes she drinks a glass of wine. That's why that lasts so long. So for this week, we got a bunch of vegetables. I can open this because I'm going to take it out here and heat it up. This is what we're going to make. This is what we're going to eat as our main meal. So we got turkey chops, and we got some vegetables, and we have rice underneath. They ran out of white rice this week, so we went with some tri-colored rice. It's like 3 different colors of the rice, but it's just as great. It's just as good. I've been straying away from let me put this over here. Been straying away from the white rice. That is a bag of vegetable scraps. I'll explain about that here in a second. So if we open this drawer, we got some fruit. I had 2 of these, already ate an entire one already. I put these, if I don't use dates in my protein shake as this paired with the banana, sometimes I'll do blueberries, sometimes I'll do raspberries, and I have some strawberries as well that I'm going to eat with some peanut butter as a dessert. I eat a lot of besides these, I eat a lot of small increments of food in my eating window so that my metabolism speeds up. And then there's some extra vegetables in here. So got a red bell pepper in here, some broccoli, and then this is a bag with some broccolini. And all of this is going to be gone by the end of the week, as well as all of this and these vegetables as well. Pretty much everything in this fridge is going to be eaten by the end of the week. And I still lose weight, by the way. So I had salmon yesterday. So here is the salmon skin. I have them fillet it off. And then I'll take this and I'll feed this to the cats outside because I'm a nice person. And I don't want those cats to die outside. And I don't have any food scraps. So that is what I give them. Cut a little bit up. If there is some leftover rice or some leftover chicken, I'll cut that up, heat it up, give it to them outside. But usually there isn't. So I had chicken eggs and duck eggs. I also have quail eggs. So here's some quail eggs if you've never seen them before. These are really good, by the way. These are like a delicacy to me. So I bought that package a week ago. Last time I went to the market, and I'll eat about 2 or 3 when I want. By the way, usually when I cook these eggs to eat, I'll cook either 2 duck eggs or 3 normal eggs. And with these, it's about 3 or 4. It depends on how hungry I am. There's a lemon back there, since I had salmon yesterday. This is butter. So this is how I get my butter. It's a big tub of butter that they have. I tell them I want a pound, and they cut out a block, which is a pound. It's just wrapped in parchment paper. This is the current butter I'm using. Once I'm done with this, I'll use this. This will last me about a month to 2 months. This is butter that my sisters brought here once when they were doing something, and they never took it back. But you will not catch me eating that salted butter because I have non-salted butter. I made some ramen once, so I had seafood stock. We got an avocado. This is going to be eaten by the end of the week. If you watch Hot Ones, Secret Aardvark, there's a place at the market that just has like 1,000 different hot sauces, so that's awesome. Guilty Pleasure, got some candy and some things left over that are just, you just keep them forever and you use them when you want to. They don't really go bad. This little section here is kind of like a reminder of my dad for me. He was a diabetic, so he had different things. I mean, obviously, I use this Pepto if I need to. But he was a diabetic, so he had weird like diet things. So he's got like Diet Shasta ginger ale. I've never heard of this, never seen it outside of my fridge right here. He had like this Bluebird, or I don't know. This is things that like the hospital would put on a list and they would send it to him. So, he had Ensure, therapeutic nutrition. And then he was a diabetic, so sometimes he would need to eat some chocolate. And then down there you just have normal stuff. That's tomato sauce, by the way. That's not butter. So I have a garden and I grow food in there. And then I take the tomatoes and turn it into tomato sauce, which is in this container. And it's also in that butter container back there behind these mussels. So the vegetable scraps, these are the newest ones. This one is a few days old. It's the current one that I fill up. This one is a month old, and this one is about 4 months old. So in about 2 months, we're going to take this and we're going to make some vegetable stock so that we can make stew, soup. We can also take the green stuff and turn it into like a pesto. And we can also make dips out of this. So no scraps go unscathed or go to waste. And if they do have to be thrown out, we throw them in the garden, or I throw them in the garden for some composting. Some more guilty pleasures on the door. Oh man, I gotta clean this. We got some more M&Ms frozen. The freezer does it too. My buddy went to Italy. He's Canadian, but he went to Europe a couple years ago and he brought me back this. So I never opened it, but I keep it in here it's a good block, you know. You hit your head. You need an ice pack. There you go. All right, so these are for my little niece. She likes these. Sometimes I'll eat one. I think there's like 2 left in there. You know, guilty pleasure. Got some fries for my little niece as well. And then I have some more meat. So the turkey chops that I have this week, they take a turkey breast and I have them cut up the turkey breast into the turkey chops because it'll make about 12 of them. And I only need 6 per week. So I got another 6 for next week right here. So this is how it looks from this vendor, which is called D.H. Whitaker or D.W. Whitaker. So they package them like this. But most of the other meat, here's some lemon ice. Most of the other meat doesn't look like a normal package from a store. So if we move this here, you can see. So this is 1 pound of hamburger meat, ground chuck. That's all. It's just in this package like this. So you can see 1 pound ground chuck, ground chuck, ground chuck, ground chuck. I've got some Western ribs here. And these are chicken backs. We use this for the stock as well and to make some stew. But basically, if I want to eat beef one day, hamburgers, got it right there. Taco meat. And then, you know, some ribs. Probably going to put these on the grill once it starts to get a little bit warmer outside. So, there you go. That's pretty much everything. That's my fridge. Some people have been asking me what I put in my protein shake. I can make a video of me doing that. I can also make a video of me at the market so you guys can see this place, because you got to see it to believe it. If you're a normal shopper there, you take your own, you know, the reusable bags, and people are, when they walk past you, you're like, this guy knows what he's doing. And I've got a specific bag for each thing that I want there. So I got a vegetable bag. It's the same vegetable bag every time. I got a bag for my meat products, got a bag for everything else, and then I have a bag for my fruit. So it's awesome. The vegetable and fruit people, like, I'm friends with them. I'll hand them the bag, and then I just tell them what I want. And they start putting it in there, and they tell me how much it is. So we'll make a market video, vlog kind of thing. We'll make a video of me and a protein shake, making a protein shake, because some people have been asking me about that. And also, who knows? Maybe I'll show you my gym. It's a normal local gym, but whatever. Once again, it's been Blue. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I know it's a lot different than the other esports videos that I do, but I felt like, you know, some people want to know what someone like me does outside of just gaming and commentating. So there you go. Everyone have a great day and continue to grind. And remember, if you don't have a cat balls calendar, you're not that cool. So humble yourself.